And on the other side of this, if you do have a chimney fire and your home burns down and your home insurance decides that you should have lined your chimney because it wasn't to code.
It could void everything, then that comes out of pocket. And that's the last thing we all want.
Yeah.
One, we don't want to burn our house down, but for some crazy accident reason that does happen, you want to be protected with that. How you doing? My name is Ian with Lifetime Chimney. We're going to show you an example of what is called a sudden thermal impact. So what that means is that when you start a fire too hot, too quick, this happens in every masonry chimney. Normally when you want to start a fire, you want to mellow it out. You want it nice and low, and then gradually warm it up. Fine example is like a vehicle, a car. You don't want to just hop into it when it's nice and cold and take off. For the men out there, you know that can blow a head gasket. So normally how you start your fire, you want to do like a nice little teepee. And then what this does, this creates a lot of oxygen flow. So this gets a fire going. When this gets too hot, too rapid, it causes cracks in these tiles. And what these tiles are, you got your tiles and you have about a course of bricks that wraps around these. This is what protects you from chimney fires. When this gets hot enough, this hairline crack, for example, will actually start opening up to about a 1/2 inch to a 1 inch.
Wow, so it'll be about that big.
It will open up, and when that happens, heat and smoke is the least path of resistance. Thus, it's going to go elsewhere into those bricks, into those mortar joints, into the combustions of the home. So that's why whenever you have these tiles in there, you want to drop a UL listed stainless steel liner down these. It's a 1316 stainless steel. It protects you from chimney fire. So if these are ever cracked,
right,
the liner goes inside of these.
Okay.
And that way, so if a chimney fire did happen, you're protected.
Okay.
You protect your investment, you protect your home, you protect your family.
It's as if we put a whole bunch of paper in the fire.
Example of like putting newspaper in, or putting in too much kindling in. And normally your firebox isn't this close to the fire to the flue tiles. It's about 2.5, 3 feet up in the air. But you have a bigger box opening. So when you have a bigger box opening, this means that you feel like you're allowed access to put more wood in. You don't want to
Which I normally do.
We all do that. I mean, even I'm guilty of that time to time. So normally how to control that, you want to get yourself a nice grate, something that's like, if your firebox open is about 32 inches, you want to get something that's like a 24-inch fire grate. So that helps you control your fire more.
Older chimneys are going to be more susceptible to this?
It's any homes, honestly, even these modern day built homes, they put the terracotta tiles in and then they wrap it with brick. Every home back in the 1800s is like that. Yeah. So as it progresses, they try to be more efficient with that, but still, no matter what happens, if you get a rapid fire, it will, the downfall about heat, when it expands everything. So it's not just the terracotta tiles that's trying to expand, it's gonna start pushing those bricks out.
Oh, the bricks and the mortar
and then when that happens, it breaks the bond on the mortar, and that allows cracks to happen, and that heat gets those to that mortar, it starts expanding that mortar.
So is it possible then to be getting carbon dioxide into my house?
Carbon monoxide, emissions, fire, smoke, anything with the creosote that can get through is a potential igniting form. So yes, it could happen.
So we're like 55 degrees here today, and a lot of times when I'm starting a fire, it may be down to 20s or 30s. Right. So is that going to make this happen even faster?
So if the colder it is, the slower fire you want to start. Okay. The cooler the fire. So a couple pieces of kindling, let it warm up, just like an old Cadillac.
Okay.
You want to warm it up.
What you're seeing right here is a demonstration. This is something we just set up really quick out in the yard. We got back from work and we decided, hey, we're going to give everybody an idea of how this works. So we just threw a bunch of stuff together. This is in no way symbolizes our work, but it's something we threw together really quick just to give you a demonstration of how this works and how easy it is to pop these things.
That's
and so
right.
just about every single one of these in the world probably has cracks in it.
That's correct. That's correct.
I mean, every chimney.
People don't really realize that because your tiles are so far up inside the chimney. Right. You don't know. So that's why you want to get your annual chimney inspection. You always want to get it looked at least once a year minimal, just to play it safe. If there's any bird debris, anything that could clear, even spider webs. Spider webs are caught up in there. The creosote gets up inside of those spider webs, it starts clogging it. So that's why you want to get it checked out every year.
Okay, and I've looked down several chimneys where there's no flue tiles in it at all.
That's right.
So what do you tell those people?
So anything that doesn't have flue tiles is not up to fire code. If it's not up to fire code, then that means it could be a potential chimney fire, more hazardous to you. So always recommend a stainless steel liner no matter what. Every chimney across the country, across the world needs a liner in it.
There it goes.
There it goes.
All right. Yes. So that flue tile just popped.
Yeah,
just like you said it was going to pop.
Yep.
Yeah.
So once you get it, when you accelerate your fire real quick like that, that's what happens. So you can see how it's expanding. So that's your flue tile expanding, and that's going to allow smoke and heat to transfer through. So So that's why when that happens, you want to have a stainless steel liner inside of this. That's a potential chimney fire hazard right there. So that can happen on a home back in the 50s. This could happen on a home that was built last year.
So Ian, are you recommending that people get their chimney swept, of course, and get it inspected? And in the inspection, are you going to be able to tell if these flue tiles have been cracked?
Yeah, so every year get your chimney inspected. You always want to run a camera up your chimney. So they have these wonderful camera systems that you set up inside the firebox, and you run the camera all the way up, and it rotates. As it rotates, you can see everything inside the flue tiles. Everything is nice and bright and lit up, all that good stuff. And that will determine to tell you if there's any cracks in the flue tiles or if there's any separation between the joints of the tiles.
Yeah. So if there is cracks in the flue tiles, of course you want to put the liner in. Correct. But even if there isn't cracks in the flue tiles, we know there's going to be.
There's going to be, yeah. So every chimney across this country has to be lined.
Yeah.
This will protect you and your home and your investment. Again, this will also protect you from the fire department, and also homeowners health. The insurance loves this as well. So when you get this annually inspected and you get it lined properly, evidence shows that it's been lined properly, it can actually decrease your homeowner's insurance about 2 to 4% per year. So in a way, in about 7 to 9 years, it could pay itself back.
Ah, okay.
And you have a safe home and a safe fireplace.
And on the other side of this, if you do have a chimney fire and your home burns down and your home insurance decides that you should have lined your chimney because it wasn't to code,
it could void everything, then that comes out of pocket. And that's the last thing we all want. One, we don't want to burn our house down, but for some crazy accident reason that does happen, you want to be protected with that. But before any of that happens, you want to have a liner inside your chimney. Yeah. So that doesn't happen in the first place.
If you would like to get an inspection and know that your chimney is safe and know that your family is safe, go to lifetimechimneyportland.com, lifetimechimneyseattle.com,
lifetimechimneyohio.com, and we're also starting a new branch in Chicago, so lifetimechimneychicago.com.
Yeah. And we will be happy to come out and do an inspection and make sure that you will stay safe. So thank you very much. Have a great day.
Take care.